Most people, when they say you need help, they're just being assholes. They're not going to help you. They're going to tell you that you need help. Not because they genuinely care, but because they're assholes. Not okay. You need help. You need help. Well, what help do you think I need? Maybe instead of inferring it, say it outright, you fucking coward. Say it outright. Me and Natalie had to go through some similar shit. The difference is people cared about her. She could literally destroy people's lives by lying, and it's fine. I tell the truth, and I get treated like I'm a fucking monster for it. 5 goddamn years for this. I need help. I need help taking my fucking predators to goddamn court. I need someone to actually fight for my fucking rights, actually show up in fucking court, actually speak the fuck up. I need people to actually take a look at the fucking evidence. I need help in fucking person. Meanwhile, I spend my time running around like a chicken with my goddamn head cut off, trying to get the help that I fucking need, that I'm repeatedly fucking denied. The police did everything that they could to hide their crimes after Natalie was killed. That includes the Dual County Sheriff's Department. But the way that law enforcement talks to me shows that I'm not a human being to them. They're not going to investigate the crimes against me. I need help with this shit. I don't know how to do any of this, obviously. Just the stuff that I got. Uh, I guess I had to try to take a couple of screenshots here, or a couple of pictures to show you what's on my computer. Uh, Go to gallery. All of those dots that are not zoomed in are files full of evidence. Come on, zoom in. Alright, I can't get it to work. I'm trying. Here's some more. I wish it would automatically zoom in to what I'm trying to show it. Uh, Fucking goddamn it. See, if I had any goddamn editing skills, I wouldn't have to fucking hold this up like this and hope that it'll fucking work. Meanwhile, people who have these skills, who grew up with this shit, who have help learning these things, who have money to pay people to teach them these things, get to destroy my life because I don't have the ability to fucking defend myself. Meanwhile, people that got more help than I've ever had in my entire life tell me about how I should think and how I should feel and what I should do with the resources I don't fucking have. I need help. I need help stopping the abuse. This hasn't just been physical abuse and mental abuse, it's been financial abuse. They intentionally robbed me of all of the resources I needed to defend myself. Here's something that most of these people didn't think about. They didn't think about me. They only thought about themselves. Candace Bonderon, she thought about me until the cops went and harassed her, and then she came and took it out on me. I was the one punished because the cops did something wrong. Officer Michael Beard did something wrong in Haxton, Colorado, and I was the one punished for it. Officers Vanderleest, her, and Lolatai all broke the law, and I was the one who was punished for it. I say was, but the fact is, I am still being victimized over this shit. I still have to be afraid to go to the fucking cops. I need a caseworker assigned to this who's going to do something other than fucking blow me off and give me excuses. Right now, I got a caseworker that she's not listening. I also got a therapist who is listening. I need people to speak up. I need people to take a look at the evidence and speak up for me because I am not fucking allowed. I need people to actually fight for my rights, but nobody's going to fight for my rights because my name is George Floyd and I'm not black. I get treated like it's my fault that every white person out there who's ever done something wrong, it must be my fault. It's not okay to do that to black people, is it? Then why is it okay to do it to white people? Pretending like I got so much better life than all black people in America because of my white privilege. Meanwhile, the groups that are the most murdered by police are the homeless and the disabled, and I happen to be both. Currently, I got a roof over my head. I've been here longer than I was supposed to. I gotta find a place to stay where I can actually sit down and work on this stuff and not be interrupting other people's lives. Being forced to have to do this shit in public because I was forced into homelessness. And then I got to go to places like Starbucks so that I can have internet access, so I can go through the evidence and try to get it sent out to police departments who are literally doing everything they can not to do their job because I have no public support. Because of slander that I was never allowed to defend myself against, I have to take this abuse for the rest of my fucking life. God damn it, help! I don't need pretty words. There's all these people who say, "Hey, Sean, I want to help. I want to help. What can I do to help?" Look at the evidence and fucking speak up. You got no idea how many people I have given access to the evidence because they said that they would speak up, and then they're too busy doing fucking drugs to actually keep their word. And then I got to find out way down the road that they're strung out on fucking drugs. It would have been nice to know that to begin with. A woman named Summer was pretending like her and her husband and her kids were being thrown out into the snow. She didn't get evicted from her house. She wanted drug money. Her neighbor got a hold of me and let me know. Summer was arrested. I didn't give her that money for drugs. I gave her that money because I didn't want her having her kids taken away because they were having to live out of a vehicle and they weren't having to live out of a vehicle. Meanwhile, just like most of the people on those web sleuth groups, you're not likely to find one that's not on drugs or alcohol. I mean, look on down the line, all the people that I had to deal with that ended up being alcoholics or drunks. And then I got people saying, oh, well, you should find better friends. You're right, I should. It'd be nice to have better friends, but I don't get to choose that. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not female enough. I'm not black enough. I am all of the things that it is popular to hate. It's popular to hate men. It's popular to hate whites. It's popular to hate people who are not physically attractive. If a man's not 6 foot tall, he's not worth dating. If a man's not good looking, he's not worth dating. If a man's not rich, he's not worth dating. But then these men that you cast aside like they're animals, like they're not worth shit to anybody, like they're literally not worth a fuck. But when you do something fucked up to them, you pretend that they just wanted sex. You know what? There aren't very many people on this planet who aren't interested in sex. Most of you, that's what your entire lives are driven by. Finding your mate. It's okay for you to find somebody physically attractive, but it's not okay for somebody who's ugly to find you physically attractive. If a good looking dude beats the shit out of you and an ugly dude rescues you from the situation, you're going to go back to that good looking dude. And you're going to treat that ugly dude like shit. I do the things that I am doing out of necessity. There is no possible way for me to survive in this economy, homeless, on what I'm getting. There is no fucking way. There is no way I'm going to be able to find a place to rent and actually be able to take care of myself on $800 a month. Those of you who want to say I should go into government housing, I've tried. I can't get into government housing. I was in government housing and I was horribly abused by the people there. They were on the news for the things that they were doing to the individuals in this area. In specific, Nancy and Cindy, who are in charge of the housing projects here. I needed help. One of the biggest things with my autism advocate, one of the reasons that most of the conversations between me and my autism advocate aren't on here, is because she talks about too much personal information. And then I can't post it up for you guys to hear because she's talking about her personal information. At the very beginning, There's a lot of stuff that I need help with, but she kept on interrupting me to tell me about her family life. I'm not against her. She's allowed to have a family life. But at the same time, it's been hell trying to work with her when she finally realized what was going on. We were doing everything that we could to try to get something going, and that's when I was arrested on bogus charges from, imagine this, the exact four people I was trying to take to court here in Chapel, Nebraska. All four of them worked together. A registered sex offender named Robert Warnick, a rotten cop, well, a lot of rotten cops, but in specific, a rotten sheriff named Scott Costa, one of his employees named Leslie Snell, and a former Denver police officer, or Denver Sheriff's Department officer named William Barr. All four of them plagiarized information to try to have me illegally put in prison, and I was illegally put in prison. I wasn't even charged with felonies. I was charged with misdemeanors that were not committed. This one right here is one of the few that doesn't have Leslie Snell's name on it. Most of these do. She outright lied in order to obtain a protection order against me, to prevent me from turning her in, as well as Scott Costa. Actually, B typed, I'm asexual. I have no interest in sex. People can't understand that I would rather read than do that. It's difficult because, as you say, just about everyone's lives revolve around sex. And good morning, Sean. Good morning, actually. Obviously, I don't do this for popularity. If you look at my videos, there's two people who try to keep up on my videos. They don't watch them just when a video pops up, as they are subscribers. These two people will start hitting the dislike button. We don't like this. We don't like this. And it tells you how far along it is in the video when they say it, or when they press that button. 0.000. So 0 seconds into it, they literally aren't even watching the video. They're just disliking it because it's me. None of the people in this town care what the truth is. The rumor is good enough. And it's that way everywhere. And people got all these assumptions about what I should do. But I don't have the means to do those things. I don't have the money to do those things. And being called mentally ill, I'm not allowed the basic rights that all of you take for granted every single day. Every black man in a house, every white man in a house, every white woman in a house, every white man in a house. It doesn't matter. All of you in houses have more rights than I do. There's a lot of people who are called mentally ill, who are abused. And when they get abused, one of two things happens. Either A, they're on their own and they get railroaded and victimized until they commit suicide. Or B, they have a family that gives a shit. Obviously, I don't. So my only options to end this are to ask for help or blow my head off. I have been asking for help for 5 goddamn years. If I'd have had somebody actually help me instead of telling me how to think and how to feel before Natalie was fucking killed, Natalie would still be alive to this day. Miss Peaches could have done something. She knew something was up. Brandon Ratner could have done something. He knew something was up. Ken Wilson and Leah Plunkett could have done something. They knew something was up. Nicole Peralta could have done something. She knew something was up. A lot of people knew shit was fucked up before Natalie was ever killed. Jeff Ritter and Kara Heller from the Colorado Coalition of the Homeless, same thing. Meanwhile, I can't go to the state of Colorado because nobody was in my corner when I needed it. These people who knew that I was telling the truth, people like Miss Peaches, people like Jeff Ritter, they just didn't want their name associated with it. Same thing with Darren O'Connor. There were a lot of people who were aware of what was going on before Natalie was killed. A lot of them. The help I need is to be able to turn in my predators without being fucking abused. The help I need is a place where I can actually sit down and work on the shit that I need to. Not have to worry about somebody's drug addictions or alcohol addictions. Nearly everybody that I know turned a blind eye to the abuse that I've been doing for the last 5 years. And then they treat me like shit, and they don't like it back. It's okay for them to treat me like shit, but it's apparently not okay for me to treat them the way that they treat me. This is not equality. If somebody can beat me and beat me and beat me, and I'm not even allowed to defend myself or I get locked the fuck up, what the hell kind of country are we living in? I need my loved ones. I need positivity in my life, and I don't have it. The only place I ever had it was Boulder, Colorado. And Natalie Bollinger ruined that for me by being a lying ass fucking cunt. Same thing with her sister Alicia. Same thing with Maddie Boa. They could have told the truth, but they're fucking junkies, for Christ's sake. Of course they're not going to tell the truth. Just like Natalie's mother's not going to tell the truth. Or her two junkie ex-stepmoms, Danica Garner and Rochelle Shelley Campbell. No matter what, the police did everything that they could to make sure that none of that evidence ever went into the courtroom, and my own public pretenders helped them to do this. Not only that, these public pretenders were rewarded greatly for it. Amanda Balehash did not do her job. When Gabby Petito was killed or disappeared, it didn't even take a week to get those body cameras and put them all over the fucking news. And not just Gabby Petito. We got hundreds of situations where within 24 hours, fucking stable connection, goddamn. I've been screaming for help for 5 goddamn years. Literally screaming for help. I never deserved this. I didn't deserve the junky ass family that I was born into. I don't deserve to be abused by law enforcement. I don't deserve to be abused by my own family. I don't deserve to be abused by the public. But I am abused because no matter what, everything that could be done to prevent me from having my rights in court. They were all ignored. I had to depend on people that cost me a lot of money to get them there to help me, and they didn't help. If you don't follow through, it's not help. If you don't follow through, you're wasting my time, you're wasting my resources, and I can't get those back. Ashley B type, I think one of the reasons why they call you mentally ill is because they can see you're cognizant of the fact that they are corrupt and disgusting. They don't like people who speak up. That's right. Natalie Bollinger didn't like people who spoke up either. That's why she tried to destroy my life, and she did so. But she thought I was some fucking punk who was just gonna take it. But no, I grew up in the system. Ashley B wrote, a way to dismiss you before you've even opened your mouth. Is there a way to contact you outside of YouTube? Yes, there is, Ashley B. One moment. Now, I've posted this up over a dozen times for people on this channel who were going to help me, and they never did. Some of them even contacted me later to say, well, why didn't you ever send me your Facebook? Well, I did. I did. Now, here's the problem with the term mentally ill. Literally, the only reason to use the term mentally ill, the only reason, is to discredit someone. If you discredit someone, it's fine. You can abuse the fuck out of them all you want. Your kid tries telling on you for raping him. You claim he's schizophrenic. After that, you can rape him whenever you want, as many times as you want, over and over and over again, all because of the tag of mentally ill. You can beat the shit out of them, and if they try to defend themselves, they go to prison or they go to jail. It is just assumed that because they're mentally ill, that they must be violently schizophrenic, and that's just not the case. Most of us have been kicked down in the dirt so many times we don't want to get back up. Most of us don't fight back the way that I do. That's the difference between me and a bitch. I need help stopping this. I need people to actually speak up. Actually speak up, not talk about what they're going to do or what they might do or what they could do. Not tell me over and over and over again what I should be doing from their point of view. You know what? Josh Martindale telling me what he thinks I should do. He's got a good family. These people spend thousands of dollars on Christmas every year. Thousands and thousands of dollars. And shit, I'm glad if I can send out a few cards. Josh Martindale, when he's got ideas, his ideas are based on what he has. And he's got a lot of things I don't, like a family who gives a shit. Not about me, obviously, but they care about him. If this shit happened to him, they'd be fighting tooth and nail for his fucking rights. These are people who called me family. and then showed me that I'm not. I need help stopping this. I need people to speak out. I don't want to have to do any more desperate shit, but if I don't get help, I literally have to do desperate shit to try to get fucking help. I don't need empty fucking words. I don't need people like my autism advocate who's not gonna fucking speak up. If she's not gonna fucking speak up, why the fuck am I wasting my time with her? Why the fuck did she waste her time with me? If she's not gonna fucking speak up, she's a fucking coward like the rest of them. I don't need cowards on my side. Cowards are never on anyone's side. Cowards watch it happen. Cowards watched the Holocaust. Some of them were so cowardly as to even take part. The abuse that I've gone through for years. Candace, for example, when she was being evil and mean and cruel to me because she was harassed by the police and threatened with being thrown out in the January snow, that wasn't my fault. That was not my choice. But she chose to victimize me for it because she was too much of a fucking coward to speak up. I need help stopping this. I need a place of my own. Now, my autism advocate has been saying something that I've been saying since the very beginning. Matter of fact, police officers have said the things that I've been saying, and therapists have been saying the things that I've been saying. But because I said it, it must be untrue. It's magically true when they say it, but magically not true when I say it. Let me tell you something. This lighter is pink. It's not pink because I say it's pink. It's not pink because you say it's pink. It's pink because of the way that the rods and the cones in our eyes interact with our environment. Now, if I say this is pink and someone says, oh no, it can't be pink, he's schizophrenic. Well, I'm not schizophrenic, first of all. And second of all, it is pink. If a pretty girl says, hey, that lighter is pink, right after I've said it's pink and you wanted to argue, you guys will go, oh, it is pink. It's just not pink when Sean says it's pink. Whatever Sean says must be wrong. Then I got to worry about interrupting people's lives. Here, some days I get to work on the things that I need to. Some days the guy who owns the house is here. There's a lot of stuff that I can't work on or do while he's here. It's part of the reason I'm making this video right now. I'm trying to keep it quiet. I'm trying not to wake him up. I need people to actually speak up. Not talk about how they're going to. Miss Peaches said that she was going to speak up. That was before we even knew Natalie was dead, and guess what? She literally never spoke up. She said that she would go in with me to the police station so that I could make a report safely, and she never kept her word. Later on, her baby daddy, Raja, tried claiming that 3 adults from his family had gone in with me when I went in to make my police report. No, they didn't. They didn't go into the same room. They weren't in the same vehicle going there. They weren't in the same vehicle going back. At no point in time was Miss Peaches or any other adult there with me. Now, those cameras are actually from a murder case, so they can't destroy those. But the rest of the body cameras of the horrible things that the cops did, they got away with because I didn't have any fucking help. They were allowed to destroy evidence of their own wrongdoing because I didn't have any help. Because I was made a target. I was made a target by the Bollinger family, by the police, and by the news. And people tell me just to let it go. I can't take care of myself, god damn it. All of my money that was supposed to go to taking care of me has all gone to the fucking courts and to my fucking predators, and many of the people who offered to help are my predators. Candace Bondurant is one of my predators. What she did was predatory, it was evil, and it is illegal. What Teresa Orne did was predatory. She just wanted attention because she's a goddamn alcoholic. She was drunk and just wanted Teresa Orne since I was probably about 4 or 5. Teresa Orne was there for a few of the situations where my mom was, well, the twisted bitch that she is. But Teresa Orne will never come forward and she will never be honest. She's also not friends with me anymore because I was honest. You're goddamn right she's an alcoholic. And the way that she treated me because she's an alcoholic is not okay. But it happened anyway. I fight for black rights. I'm not black. But you know what? I fight for white rights too. That's equality. You have any idea how many people's seriously fucked up cases are being ignored right now because they're not the right color to be popular? Oh, you do this to a black man, everybody throws their arms up in the air. You do it to a white man, people go, oh, well, he probably deserved it. He's white. He's got white privilege. What the fuck is white privilege? I want your definition of white privilege. If you're going to pull that bullshit about white privilege means that you can go down the street without being afraid the cops are going to shoot you, you know what? If you're disabled, the disabled have about 60 million as their population here in the United States. Black people have equal numbers, about 60 million. Over twice as many disabled people are killed every year. Over twice as many. Obviously, if there are over twice as many disabled people being killed than blacks by the police, then obviously the disabled are more likely to get killed by police and they need to be heard. They need to be protected. The laws that we have in place to protect them already are not enforced. So I got a bunch of stuff that I need to do. I've also got to find a safe place to do it. Food, water, and shelter. The most important part for me is that shelter where I can actually work on the things that I need to. Right now, ever since I got out of prison, knowing that the place that I'm staying is extremely temporary, spending all this time trying to find a place, getting absolutely nowhere, having my rights denied repeatedly, and having the people that I'm told to go to about my rights being violated blow me off repeatedly over and over again. I am 100% for assisted suicide, specifically because of these reasons. Even if you have terminal cancer, if you're called mentally ill, you're not allowed to have assisted suicide. Meanwhile, we don't have actual assisted suicide in the United States. We have the dying with dignity laws. That doesn't mean that they give you a lethal injection because you're in so much pain. It means they let you go home to die. Most states do not have one of those laws. Most states, they can keep you in the hospital until you're dead. The disabled are punished over your paranoia, same as black people are punished over your paranoia. But you know who's got it worse than black people and the disabled? The homeless. Because the homeless account for only 1/120th the population size of black people, yet they account for over double the amount of people killed by police every year. Now, to put this in perspective, if there were, instead of 500,000 homeless people, there was 60 million homeless people. Well, if murders against the homeless by the police increased by 120 times as well, so that it meets with what they're doing now, we'd have over 48,000 homeless people killed every year. 48,000. Over 99% of those killed by police every year would be homeless. Over 99%. It's over 250 to 1 of your chances of being killed by the police as a homeless person over a black person. All you see is a white guy. My disabilities only exist when you want to use them against me, or the idea of them by using terms like mentally ill. Fuck this goddamn country.